Hey man, it's me, Kevin Smith, the annoying voice of podcasting, and you're listening to the non-annoying Three Guys in a Flick.
Ladies and gentlemen, please take your seats. The show is about to begin.
I know you're tired. I know you're hurting. I wish I could say something classy and inspirational, but that just wouldn't be our style. Pain heals. Chicks dig scars. Glory lasts forever.
Three guys and a flick with Duncan and John. Dive into the movies well after the dawn. From the good to the bad to the wildly absurd. They give a fuck about films. Their voices are heard.
Welcome back. You are listening to Three Guys in a Flick. This is where we review the good, the bad, and the absurd. Tonight's episode, The Replacements. Beware spoilers. Coming to you from the Washington Sentinel's press box, my name is Don. And to my right, we have the comic book guy, John.
Let's play some ball.
And to my left, we have the professor, Ken.
Hello, everybody.
Hey, guys, is that John Madden and Pat Summerall over there?
It might be.
I would have no clue.
Oh, my God. Do you remember Sundays growing up?
Yeah.
They were the voice, right?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I was happy to see that in this movie. Tonight, we are talking about The Replacements. The Replacements comes to us via the Broncos helmet and was submitted by Jason W. So thank you, Jason, for throwing that in there. We really appreciate it. We hope you enjoy listening to the review. Released on August 11th, 2000, The Replacements was directed by Howard Deutsch, written by Vince McCune, loosely inspired by the 1987 NFL strike, specifically the Washington Redskins. And it stars Keanu Reeves, Gene Hackman, Orlando Jones, Jon Favreau, Brooks Langdon, Ray Fiennes, and a bunch of other replacement football players.
How'd this movie do, Don?
This movie was made for $50 million.
And how much did it bring in?
It brought in $50.1 million.
Yeah, it didn't hit the box office well.
No, it didn't. Did you guys happen to see this in the theater in the year 2000?
The first time I saw the movie was for the pod.
So that is a no. What about you?
Would be my first time as well.
Yeah, no, I didn't see this in the theater. However, I have seen this before being a sports guy. So yeah, first time for both of you. Let's talk about it.
Yes, let's. So, this movie, like I said, in the box office, it did not do very well. I'm curious if I were to give you 4 movies, and it's going to be in no particular order, and I want you to pick which one was the number one box office for the year 2000.
Okay, fire away.
In no particular order, I have Gladiator, The Perfect Storm, How the Grinch Stole Christmas, Mission Impossible 2.
It's either Gladiator or The Grinch.
I'm putting my money on Gladiator.
Yeah. we're going to play the odds. I'm going to go The Grinch.
Number 4, The Perfect Storm.
Yeah, that wasn't number 1. I knew that.
Number 3,
Great flick, though, listeners.
Gladiator.
Oh.
Number 2, Mission Impossible 2. So the number 1 movie for the year 2000, the box office.
Yeah, I fucking nailed it.
How the Grinch Stole Christmas.
Only because I picked Gladiator.
Yeah, but see, if we were doing this together, we would split the pot. But since we aren't, we're not. Well, right on.
I was surprised how many movies Howard Deutsch has done that I've loved in the past.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I am a big fan of Some Kind of Wonderful. I would love someone to put that in the helmet, please, and thank you.
Knew it.
And Pretty in Pink. I mean, that's just a classic movie.
Yeah, let's throw that in the Broncos helmet as well, please and thank you. I like the whole 10 yards. He didn't do the whole 9 yards, which is better, but I enjoy me some Bruce Willis as a mobster in Therapy.
What about The Great Outdoors?
Yeah, it's all right.
It's okay. It's one of those late 80s, Dan Aykroyd, John Candy. So on paper should be hilarious, but I remember not loving it. So if someone could throw it in the helmet, I'd love to give it a rewatch. Please and thank you.
Yeah. Howard Deutsch, he is largely known for TV stuff. He does a ton of TV stuff.
Yeah.
He's not necessarily a big screen guy.
I know that you didn't watch football all that much growing up there, comic book guy. I'm pretty sure you did, Professor. Do you remember the 87 strike?
Specifically, no. It did not ring a bell.
Oh, I remember it. I remember it being all over the news. I remember the outrage over the replacement players playing. And I also remember that is the year the Washington Redskins beat the Denver Broncos 42-10 in the Super Bowl. So this movie automatically drops way down on the fucking score list. So just wanted to throw that out there. This is not our first Keanu Reeves role.
Or our second.
What did you think of him as Johnny Utah? I mean, Shane Flacco.
You know, his character, in my own personal opinion, I feel like that this is what Keanu Reeves is probably like in real life.
I'd buy that. What about you?
He's really good at playing the same mellow, chill character in just about every movie he's in.
Yeah.
I mean, you could take Shane Falco out of this movie, put him in Matrix, and he's Neo right away. Same personality, same everything.
Maybe. I remember being a Keanu not like her very mucher kind of guy in the 2000s. And I think I remember not liking this movie all that much because of Keanu at the time. But given my love for Keanu now and going back and watching it in a different lens, I think, yeah, this is what he kind of would be like in real life, I think. And he embodies the quarterback very well, I thought. So I give him, okay marks on this one.
Well, the more I find out about him in real life, the more I like him and the more I like his movies. He's such a good guy in real life.
That's what we've heard. Yeah. So, the late great Gene Hackman.
It was weird watching it. It kind of gave me, it made me feel weird seeing him on the screen because this is my first movie that I've seen him in since his passing.
Yeah.
And so it was just like, I don't know. It just made me feel weird.
Yeah. What about you?
Is he not just like the ultimate acting coach in movies?
Yes. And however, I think as much as I love Gene Hackman, and I did, Lex Luthor, I mean, this was his character from Hoosiers, but with a mustache and a hat, and just, probably already drunk.
I was figuring the same thing. I haven't actually seen Hoosiers, so I'm hoping that goes in the helmet if it's not already. But one of the things I think about Gene Hackman is nobody gives like an impassioned speech or delivers dialogue, I think, the same way Gene Hackman does. In any movie he's in, even Lex Luthor. I mean, he does so well at those impassioned speeches.
Yeah, he was definitely a great actor. And, he's on board on this probably to get a paycheck and, to give the movie a little bit of credibility. At this time, Matrix has just come out, so Keanu is obviously a name, right? So you have Keanu and Hackman in the studios like, oh, yeah, this is great. But I don't think he was given a lot to work with. And I even have in my notes, was Gene Hackman a good coach? So,
a little piece of Gene Hackman trivia that I didn't know about. Did you know when he was 16, he quit school and ran off and joined the Marines? He lied about his age.
I did not know that.
I did not know that.
Yeah, so he was a Marine.
That is wacky, wild stuff.
I love that.
So, do you have a favorite Gene Hackman movie?
That is a really good question, Professor. I can list 3 off the top of my head. That would be in the top 3 of all time. Superman, Unforgiven, and probably A French Connection.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So, what about you?
Obviously, Superman, he's great. I loved him in Unforgiven. He plays a fun character in Get Shorty. I also appreciated him in Crimson Tide, opposite Denzel Washington. He's fun also in Birdcage. And I also thought that, remember him in No Way Out, Kevin Costner?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, I do.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. What about you? Favorite Gene Hackman role?
I can't remember the name off the top of my head, and it was a not a great movie, but it's the one with Sharon Stone. It's the Western.
Oh, The Quick and the Dead.
Quick and the Dead.
And
yeah,
Russell
yeah,
Crowe,
yeah.
a young
Yes.
Russell Crowe.
I liked him in that movie. I thought he was one of the standouts in that movie.
Because he plays the villain, and he's great as a villain.
He's just an asshole in
yeah,
that movie.
yeah. Is he in the Towering Inferno or the Poseidon Adventure?
Poseidon Adventure.
Okay, I like him in the Poseidon Adventure.
Oh, yeah.
The original. So yeah,
I like his turtleneck in that.
yeah, absolutely. Anyone else in this cast jump out at you?
Well, we've got Orlando Jones from Mad TV. I mean, I used to love him on that show.
Yeah, he's pretty funny. Playing that character in a sports movie that can't catch.
Mhm.
Right?
Mhm.
Yeah, I thought he was great. What about you?
I encountered a factoid which I found slightly jaw-dropping. The person that plays Wilkinson, the guy, the prisoner, comes out. He also was in a TV show called The Shield.
Yes.
A while ago. But in 2016, he was found guilty of second-degree murder and was sentenced to 40 years in prison.
Really?
Second-degree murder, yeah.
Wow.
What the fuck?
Yeah, that's crazy. Crazy.
Man. And then, of course, the other person of note is got to be
Jon Favreau.
Jon Favreau. Thank you.
When he was still trying to be an actor.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We've done a few movies with him in it.
Yes, we
and
have.
directed by him.
Have off top of your head. Go.
Chef.
Yes, he was in Chef. Good call, buddy. Go.
Elf.
Elf. That is another one. I'll go. Rudy. You guys had to think
A little
about
bit
that.
part, yeah.
Well, we didn't say what kind of part, bud. So yeah, we like Jon Favreau here, and I'm pretty sure he directed our very, very, very first podcast.
That we never released.
Yes, obviously it was our first one. Iron Man for the listeners out there. Iron Man.
Which if someone will put it back into the helmet, we could review it actually and release it.
Oh, that's a good thought. I never thought about that. There you go, listeners. I know you want to hear it. I am Iron Man.
One person that I didn't really even clue in on until I started doing my research was Ray's Fans, I think is his name. I don't know how to pronounce his last name.
The kicker.
The kicker. How many things he's been in that we've loved?
Oh, absolutely. The first thing that pops into my mind is Notting Hill.
That's where I know him and love him.
I love him as the obnoxious roommate.
He is so good in that.
Yeah, he's so adorable, so likable.
He's in Little Nicky.
Yes, absolutely. He's one of his brothers, Little Nicky. Listeners, please and thank you. And
He's-
Notting Hill, I guess.
Luna Lovegood's dad
Yep.
in the Harry Potter movies.
Yep.
He was in The Amazing Spider-Man as Kirk Connors,
Yep.
the lizard.
Yeah, he's been in a lot of shit.
He was even in Venom Last Dance.
Wow. There you go.
So he's still making movies.
And I really enjoyed him in this. I liked his character, the oddball kicker.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, what'd you guys think of him in this character?
He was fun.
Yeah.
He was likable.
I didn't think we got enough background on him, but I guess we probably didn't need it for this movie.
No. You know what my favorite part about him was?
The accent.
No, he got to smoke while he was kicking.
Yeah. I actually watched this movie with my dad, who in fact loved this movie. He'd never really watched it closely and said this is one of the best movies we've reviewed.
God bless you, Rick.
But he just kept asking that. He says, doesn't he ever put his cigarette down? I'm like, does Dawn?
I do when I'm indoors. Thank you very little.
This movie to me, and I think we were talking about this a little bit earlier before we started recording, this movie gets compared a lot to Major League, but you thought it was more comparable to another movie. What movie would you compare it to?
No, I said all movies. It taps on every sports cliche it can. And as you're watching it, I said Major League. I said fucking unnecessary roughness. I mean, there's so many, even Rocky's in there. This movie is one cliche built on another for the runtime.
Is Keanu believable as a quarterback?
I believed it.
Yeah. I was curious to know how much we actually see him actually throwing the football.
Well, apparently he, actually it was during Point Break, he hooked up with a former UW head coach, right?
Neuheisel.
Yeah. And he showed him little tips and tricks, and I guess he also...
They went to a 3-week football camp.
Yeah. And he learned the basics, if you will. So, except for that long throw, Keanu admittedly admits
Yeah.
It was his football stunt double.
One of the funny things I was watching on the Kelsey brothers have a podcast, and they were interviewing him about this movie. And they said the first time that, because they would actually try to run the plays for the different scenes. And he said one of the first times that they were filming one of the scenes, he kept getting something wrong. And everyone's like, it's okay. This is your first time. You'll get it. Everything's good. He says the next day when they came back and were running football plays and everything, and he was screwing up, they all just gave him the silent business. You only get one time to fuck up.
Yeah. Yeah.
He says, otherwise, they're tired. They want to go home. They want to get it over with. He better start learning the plays.
Yeah. Sports movies, particularly football movies, amaze me because that's all choreographed. But in good football sports movies, it feels like a real game.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? And so that comes down to the actors and the stunt coordinators and all that stuff. But yeah.
One of the other funny things that came up during that interview with him was they asked him, did you ever get actually hit by anybody? Did you get tackled by anybody, knocked down? And he said, well, says the director and the people told the cast, this is why you're getting paychecks, and kept pointing at Keanu. So he said, no one would hit me.
Yeah. You don't hit the number one quarterback in practice either. So, yeah, I get it.
Speaking of quarterbacks, what did you think of Brett Cullen, our antagonist?
I thought he was too old to be that style of a quarterback. But when he does say he's won 2 Super Bowl rings, I'm thinking, okay, so he's a veteran later in his career, I guess. Okay. But I believed it. I believed he was that douchebag quarterback.
I actually wrote it in my notes. How can this guy still be playing football? He looks so old. But my dad told me, I guess there's currently a quarterback that has been brought back that is a much older player, like in his 40s or something. He's been brought back to quarterback for some team. I can't remember what his name is, but he's doing pretty well.
Old man Rivers. And no, they're out of the playoffs.
Oh, they're out of playoffs?
Yeah, they're done.
Doing well for a 40-year-old.
I suppose. What do you think of him?
I thought that he just oozed douchebag.
Yeah.
And, that's what the story arc is for him.
Here's a question for you guys. And I know this was a common theme in movies back in the 2000s and everything. Did we need the love story? Did we even need this whole, I wanted to see more comedy, more action, more football. I felt like the whole love story between him and the head cheerleader was just unnecessary.
To answer your question, no, we didn't need it. However, since they had used all of the sports cliches, they needed to use all the rom-com cliches as well. So, I mean, it is what it is. Hey, Professor, new year, clean slate. How about some trivia?
I do have some trivia questions. Hello and welcome. My first trivia question is, Bateman, played by Jon Favreau, what is his jersey number?
John.
Yes?
I don't remember. 30-something. I can't remember. I jumped the gun on that. Shot my load.
69?
The answer is 56.
So no, it's not 69.
But I like where your head's at.
Yeah, I like where, never mind.
Question number 2. When Jimmy shows up at Shane's boat, he said that they met once before. Where was it?
Don. They met at it wasn't the Sugar Bowl. It was, and he goes, yeah, I remember. Fuck, they met at the Sugar Bowl.
Correct.
I was going to guess Sugar Bowl.
Yeah.
Question number 3. What song is played during the naughty cheerleaders' dance routine during the game in San Diego?
Dawn. Is it Good Vibrations? Marky Mark?
No.
Damn it.
Is it Don't You Wish Your Girlfriend Was Hot Like Me?
No. Bad Girls by Donna Summers.
Yep. Mm-hmm. It reminds you of basketball? Remind me of basketball.
This soundtrack was, I thought, really good for this movie.
There were a lot of needle drops.
There were a ton of needle drops.
Yeah.
Even Julie said this is a pretty damn good soundtrack.
Pretty damn good soundtrack?
Pretty damn good soundtrack.
Wow, that's rave reviews.
Question number 4. Who is the first person Jimmy recruits for the football team?
Dawn. Oh, it's the receiver. Franklin.
No.
John. Is it Bateman?
Point to John. So, Don, you have 1 point. And John, you have 1 point. Question number 5, the tiebreaker. Before their first game, we see Jumbo eating eggs. How many do we see him put into his mouth?
John. 4?
No.
3.
3 is the correct answer.
I knew it was 3 or 4.
And as I was watching that, trying not to throw up because it was fucking gross,
I like eggs.
I'm thinking, fuck, that's going to be a question. I should be watching. Oh.
Yeah, that was wild to watch.
Yeah.
And so this week's winner, Don. Good job, Don.
Thanks, buddy. Good game.
Congratulations.
Good game. Good game. A professional football league is rocked by a players' strike with 4 games left in the season. Desperate to finish strong, Washington Sentinels owner Edward O'Neill brings back his old coach Jimmy McGinty, tasking him with leading a team of replacement players. McGinty agrees, but only if he gets full control over who he signs. McGinty assembles a ragtag of overlooked, unconventional players, starting with quarterback Shane Falco, a former Ohio State star whose career collapsed after a disastrous Sugar Bowl performance. Falco now lives quietly on a houseboat in Washington, D.C., haunted by failure. Though reluctant, he's convinced to return, give him one last shot at redemption. The replacements face immediate hostility from striking players, egg-throwing insults, and intimidation, making it clear they're not welcome. Meanwhile, head cheerleader Annabelle Farrell is forced to recruit an equally unconventional squad after the original cheerleaders walk out. Her surprising football intelligence and confidence quickly set her apart, especially in her growing connection with Falco. The Sentinels' first game is rough, chemistry is lacking, nerves are high, and on the final play, Falco hesitates, calling an audible that fails. The team loses, and McGinty delivers a harsh truth. Winners want the ball when the game is on the line. That night, tensions boil over at a bar when star quarterback Eddie Martell, leader of the striking players, mocks the replacements. A brawl erupts, landing them in jail, where, in a defining bonding moment, they sing and dance to I Will Survive. For the first time, they begin to feel like a team.
So we didn't talk about this previously, but this story is loosely based on the 1987 Washington Redskins, and the replacements in real life. They had 3 games that they played, and they won all 3 of those games, and the football team goes on to win the Super Bowl, as you pointed out. The replacement players, they never got a Super Bowl ring and it time lapsed 30 years. It took 30 years before the football replacements ended up getting their Super Bowl ring.
I know, and at the time, that's fucked, right?
No shit.
It's very possible you don't even go to the playoffs if you don't win those games.
I know I guess the actual players fought against them getting their Super Bowl rings because they figured they were scabs, crossed the line, and all of that, but they never gave them credit for getting them to the Super Bowl.
Yeah. Well, they got them to the playoffs.
Yeah, playoffs to
right.
the Super Bowl.
Yeah, because there's 3 games before the actual Super Bowl, which they should have fucking lost and never played Denver. Moving on.
Yeah, but then the Broncos would just lost to somebody else.
Oh my God, John, I can't believe you just fucking said that.
So we meet Shane, and we see him out. Oh, he's scraping barnacles off the bottom of boats.
You know, I was thinking about the scraping the barnacle scene and all that, and how he could probably go from doing that to all of a sudden still being able to be in shape to, be a quarterback, play football. But if you've ever scraped barnacles, that's hard work. That's really works your arm. So I'm guessing his arm would still be in great shape from scraping barnacles all day.
You've scraped barnacles off a boat?
I have scraped barnacles off pylons when I was scuba diving.
Ah.
That's one of the things we would do.
And that's hard work.
It's hard to get those
tedious.
off of wood, yeah.
It's hard.
Yeah. I like how he finds his trophy at the bottom.
Yeah, what's that about?
My guess is it's where he threw it.
Absolutely, right? He got drunk one night and threw it off the boat. I was amazed how he could stay down there.
His breath, holding his breath for that long.
Yeah, and the weight of him.
Well, he would have had to
mean,
probably weights on him.
He's flat-footed, and he's taking snaps underwater. So, you can take the football out of the guy, but you can't take the guy out of the football. And then we meet the owner, right?
Yeah.
And this is Jack Warden. Remember him as an actor? Growing up
He's
in a bunch
been in
of stuff.
a bunch of stuff.
Yeah. Apparently, this was his last role. But he's meeting with Gene Hackman, his old coach.
Well, during the football game, he hears that the strike is on. And with that, then he says, all right, get me Jimmy now.
One of the things I didn't catch during this first opening kind of sequence with this football game is Martell takes a safety dive or safety slide so that he won't get injured. Instead of winning the game, did you see that he did this slide to get...
Yeah.
And so that's basically like, the whole idea of these players are just about the money.
Oh, yeah. To get this out there now, the biggest problem I have with this movie is their lack of respect for the timeout rule.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
You caught that?
Yeah. It's like, man, where's the 45-second clock here?
Well, not only that, he calls a timeout after he throws an incomplete pass. John, when you throw an incomplete pass, the clock automatically stops.
Yeah.
Okay.
I know that. I grew up going to college football.
Okay. So, yeah. Fuck this movie and its timeout usage. Anyways, moving on. I digress.
Yeah, and there was one very blatant issue when they had that unnecessary roughness call, and the referee's trying to add up all the times.
Oh, yeah.
So anyway, as you were mentioning, the owner is talking to the
Jimmy.
Yeah, Jimmy. And this part I think kind of sets up for our movie. I mean, it foreshadows what's going to happen in the end because he says...
he wants total control.
Total control, my picks, you don't make any changes.
Yeah, and in most sports movies, when the coach or the manager or the said leader, gets picked, he usually wants, control of his players and whatnot. And I like how as soon as he goes, all right, yeah, they agree.
Shake hands.
Yeah, we get the montage. We get the team build, right? Like in any good movie.
We also find out that Jimmy was fired for getting an argument with a valuable player. And they chose the player over the coach. So that also sets up for the idea of when it comes down to and Jimmy faces off with Martell, and Martell says, you'll be so fired because of this again.
Yeah. And so we go through the cast of characters and we see how they are, what they're doing because they're not playing football.
Right.
Was there a flashback of any of them particularly that you guys liked?
I thought Favreau's was funny.
Yeah.
He's a SWAT guy.
Who just can't stand the color red?
Yep. And the kicker, he's in a pub and you can tell that he's a bettor and he's not doing very well. Someone's after him or they want to take his pub.
The mob or whatever they are.
They're gangsters.
The bookies.
Huh?
They're gangsters.
Yep, that's right. And, we see this cast of characters come together and then they're like, well, who's going to play quarterback? And Jimmy's like, I got a guy. And then we cut to the boat.
Jimmy pays a visit to Shane's boat.
Tries to talk him into it, right? He says, I know who you are. We met at the Sugar Bowl. And apparently Shane has this past. When he was in college, he lost the Sugar Bowl by 45 points.
He had one bad game.
One bad game. And it kind of defined him as a human being after the game.
It put a fear in him.
Yeah.
Yep.
And so, Keanu seems pretty happy doing what he's doing. Doesn't really know if he wants to play football. It's that reluctant hero trope.
I got the impression it was he doesn't want to set himself up for fail again. He doesn't want to go through that again. Kind of the whole thing of throwing the trophy into the water is he doesn't want to face that fear.
We see the bus with the replacements showing up and you have the protesters outside. That was a lot of egg throwing.
It was.
And what's the deal with the security? Because they were doing jack squat.
I think they were just there for show. Or maybe they didn't care that they were the scab players.
I
Who
guess.
knows?
They probably supported the professional players.
Yeah. And it's funny because the kicker who, as they're heading in, is flipping them all off and telling them to fuck off.
And smoking.
And smoking. Yeah.
And this is what he does for like the next half hour in the movie. All he does is just piss on people.
Yeah.
I thought it was interesting too when they introduced the sumo wrestler.
Yeah. And then the other two black guys.
The brothers.
Yeah, they are having a very interesting conversation, to say the least.
And now we are at our first day of practice, and we get to watch the guys go through their drills.
What do you guys think of this bit?
I liked it. It was fun.
Yeah.
I love how Shane Falco makes the googly eyes with the cheerleader, but he keeps getting his ass kicked by Bateman.
We are introduced to Earl Wilkinson. He's released from prison.
He was a linebacker?
Yeah.
Or was he the running back? No, the running back was the religious dude.
Yeah, the
That's
religious
who it
dude who said he just wants to score one touchdown.
Yeah, yeah. And Falco's like, maybe you can. And so we see the team getting together, and we're at practice, and Falco finally shows up, like we were saying. But they're not off to a very good start.
When Falco first shows up, what do you think about his interaction with
his greeting?
His greeting from Martell and the other players when they flip over his truck?
I was thinking this is going to be such a great callback when he's out there with his linemen, because that's all that was setting that up for, right? But it introduces us to the antagonists and, you know, Martell.
Do you know what it made me think of? What movie it reminded me of?
What's that?
Roadhouse.
Oh, sure.
When every time he would know that when he comes out at the end of the night, his car was going to be trashed.
Yeah, for sure.
Shane, he's distracted by Annabelle. And, you know, I found it surprising how much the cheerleaders end up becoming sprinkled throughout the movie.
Yeah. What's with cheerleaders going on strike too?
I don't know.
I don't think they are. I mean, they're part of the team, but I don't think they're part of the team.
Well, they're not part of the same union, according to the Travis Kelce and his brother. But as she makes a comment, they only make $50 a game and they're going on strike.
Oh, that's funny. And I like how she has to put her team together.
Yeah. I love the tryouts. I loved watching that whole montage of different tryouts, and then eventually she just goes with the strippers.
Yeah.
I hear you were in Cats. That's great. Whoa.
Pussycats.
We get a little bit during this time as well. We get to see the guys starting to interact with each other when they're having their lunch in the cafeteria.
Yeah.
And this just shows how far away they are at this point, that they're not yet coming together as a team. It's not until we get the bar scene that we finally have them start coming together. What'd you think of their first game together?
So before the game, we're told that they only get 4 games, right?
And they have to win 3 of them.
Yes, thank you.
To make the playoffs.
Yes, they have to win 3 to make the playoffs. And so this first one, I figured they would lose, but they weren't quite on sync, but there were glimmers of hope. I mean, Franklin kept dropping the ball, and Falco makes some pretty dumb moves.
And that one guy pukes in the huddle.
Oh my God. I had to look away.
Yeah.
It was so gross.
Well, I figured that was kind of foretold early on in the locker room when the coach, or no, one of the, was he the assistant coach?
Yeah.
Basically says, that's going to make you sick eating all those eggs.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. I assumed he was just going to have gas or something.
That's what I kind of thought that too.
Yeah.
Or poop his pants.
Yeah.
So I have a couple of tidbits that I want to talk about that we just jumped past.
Fucking fire away, guy.
I was so crazy. I was so crazy happy watching Annabelle driving Shane home in her Jeep.
Oh my God.
Weaving in and out of the traffic the way that she did.
Yeah, that was pretty good.
That wouldn't bother me, except that's how Dawn drives.
Yeah, well, does it bother you?
We have gotten to those Comic-Cons pretty quick.
Well, dude, I don't got time to play around. Someone has to get there all early.
And Shane, he's so even-keeled about it. He's nervous, but he's not saying anything.
He's just having a conversation.
Right. The other little bit that I want to talk about is how in the world do you have Mantell?
Yeah.
The tripwire? How does he get that set up? What is he doing in the stadium?
When they showed the tripwire and then they cut to Martell and he's holding it, I'm thinking, is he holding it and is going to pull it? That's where my dumb ass went. But I'm with you. I mean, yeah, how does he get in there? He knows the security guards? Maybe. Do they let him do it? Probably.
He makes $5 million a year. I'm sure he can get in wherever he wants to get into.
Yeah, I think like that. That's how he does it, Professor.
It was pretty fun to have Bateman tackle some of the cheerleaders, though. So now we're into the game, and I got to say that when we have the 2 delay of game penalties right off the bat, and then right after that you have a fumble, holy shit, the game is off to a horrible start.
Yeah, oh yeah, it sounds like a lot of games I've seen before.
Did it feel a little bad news bears to you?
No, not necessarily.
Okay.
Yeah. Do you?
A little bit. That's one of the movies we quoted as it reminded us of.
Who's we?
My dad and Julie.
Nice.
And Nana.
Now, as for the vomiting part, a former Seattle Seahawk, Brian Bosworth, he had a biography written about him, and he talked about in his high school days, he and his fellow linemen, they would eat big meals right before the game, and they would use the tactic of throwing up out there on the line to freak out the other side.
Gross.
And I cannot handle barf at all.
Neither can I. Just thinking about it, dude. So stop talking about it.
Yeah.
You're gonna stop it. Dude, that's not funny.
So, they lose the game, and then they're lamenting their loss at the bar, and who shows up?
But the not on strike players.
Yeah.
Or, no, I'm sorry.
The real Washington Sentinel players.
Mantell and his goons.
Yes. And, of course, a fight's going to break out. However, I think Martell really does deserve to get hit.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, he's making fun of the dude from The Office and who's deaf. And Shane's not having it.
That is so low.
One of the things that I want, there's a lot of great lines, I think, in this movie, a lot of great dialogue. And one of the things I like is when Falco says to Bateman, remember that rule I told you about not hitting the guys in the red shirts?
Stopping on red?
Yeah. Just forget that.
Yeah.
So we end up in the drunk tank, if you will. And everybody's talking about the fighting. And then it's like, hey, wait a minute. You were hiding behind the jukebox.
So Franklin comes out and he starts, they start I Will Survive by Gloria Gaynor. Do you guys like this part?
Do you know why they did the electric slide?
Why?
Because that was the easiest dance to teach them.
That makes sense. I for one will admit I had to roll my eyes. How many times has this song been used in a movie in this exact moment?
It's
right?
a go-to.
Yeah. But we've already been there, though. Come on, couldn't we pick someone else? So that's my own little nitpick.
Well, it's one of the 87 needle drops we get in this movie.
Yes, it was.
Good grief. And then here it is. Okay, so this is how they start to bond. I get it.
So many times I've wondered.
Back at practice, McGinty leads a powerful chalk talk session, asking players to confront their fears. One by one, they admit they're terrified of failing again. McGinty reframes that fear as motivation. This is their second chance, and it may be their last. The mindset pays off. In their next game, the Sentinels rally from behind, sealing a dramatic win thanks to an improbable 65-yard field goal from their eccentric Welsh kicker Nigel Gruff. Confidence builds both on and off the field. Falco and Farrell's relationship deepens, culminating in a quiet, heartfelt moment at her late father's bar, ending with a kiss that solidifies their emotional connection. The team continues to win, pulling off a scrappy road victory against Phoenix, but momentum is threatened when O'Neal reveals that Eddie Martell has crossed the picket line and the entire Dallas team, the league's defending champions, has done the same. Dallas is next on the schedule. Doubting Falco, O'Neal pressures McGinty to start Martell, breaking his promise not to interfere. Reluctantly, McGinty gives in. Falco, heartbroken but graceful, informs his teammates. They toast him in farewell, recognizing what he's meant to them. Ashamed and defeated, Falco avoids Annabelle, standing her up on their date. Cliché number 482.
So we have Annabelle. She stops by the boat, and they chat for a little bit, wondering if he needs a ride. And we're thinking maybe there could be some chemistry here. Maybe starting.
Yeah, but didn't she tell him she doesn't date football players?
Especially quarterbacks.
Yes, and in the NFL, it's a very strict rule as well that those two groups will never associate with each other.
Yeah, well, she gave up on that real quick.
Yes, she did.
We're also reminded that this is a temporary thing because Falco even says one of the reasons why he's hanging out at the boat is he has to keep his customers for when this is all over.
Sure. He's thinking ahead.
Good move. And then we have Shane. He shows up again, and no, what are you doing here? I'm not in your spot.
And they're like, well, we
You're in
think
his
you
spot.
are. Oh, yeah, you're in the other guy's spot. And so they roll his truck again. But
And then-
this time,
We have Andre and Jamal.
they come out and, they tell him to put the car back the way it was.
Well, first they laugh until the gun comes out.
Oh, it was so good. Although, not very realistic.
No,
How is that guy not in jail?
no
Right?
kidding. No
Yeah.
kidding.
They go in for practice. And is this where we get the...
Fear and quicksand.
Yeah.
Well, it starts with spiders and then bees and then quicksand.
Because McGinty is like, what scares you guys? What are you afraid of? And I think he's meaning it on a deeper level. And yeah, you get spiders and all that kind of jazz. And then finally, you have your reluctant hero speak up, and he gives the quicksand speech.
Which is motivational.
Yes. And, it kind of lights a spark under the team. And I think we cut right to the next game, don't
Yep,
we?
it's game day.
And who are they playing now?
San Diego.
San Diego. And we get Madden and Summerall calling the game. And
A crazy play, and Jumbo ends up with the ball.
is because is this where Falco just keeps getting hit by the linebacker?
Yeah.
And he finally gets fed up and he just throws the ball at him and it bounces up and then the lineman catches it.
Did you like Madden's response to that?
What was that?
I love to see a fat guy run.
And Jumbo scores. And was that the game-winning touchdown?
No, because
No.
then we get the field goal kick,
Oh, that's right.
which if it had actually happened, that would have been a record in the NFL
At that time.
at that time. It's now, I think, 2 yards longer or something
Yeah, I
like
think
that.
so. Yeah.
But nobody had kicked a 65-yard field goal at the time.
Yeah.
We also get the naughty cheerleader dance routine.
I love the audience and the other football players, and everybody's just watching the cheerleaders.
I like how the coach is like, come on, they can't dance like that. What are you doing? That coach was nonstop on the sideline, just giving it to him. I thought that was good.
Yeah, I would have given it to him.
Who, the coach?
No, I'm the cheerleader.
Uh-huh, yeah.
And it's from this point going forward, the cheerleaders are on the screen a lot after this. You get one or two football plays and back to the cheerleaders for 5-10 seconds, and then back to the field, and then back to the cheerleaders and back to the field.
It's worse in the third game.
Yeah.
So there you go.
I kept thinking the other cheerleaders had walked out and gone on strike with the football players. I would have kept these stripper cheerleaders.
You would.
They were getting more attention.
The fourth game, because the third game was away.
Yes, that's right, because they don't travel with the team.
Mm-hmm.
But I like how the coach is like, that one stripper just smacked the other stripper's ass. Throw a flag. So, yeah. And our Washington Sentinels win their first game.
Well, I like before the actual field goal kick, nobody knew whether or not Gruff could actually kick the ball because he was just this lanky guy walking around smoking a cigarette all the time. And did you like how he was smoking when he made the kick?
Uh-huh. Yeah, he smokes all the time. I love the smoking in this film.
Does that replace the point that you took away?
No.
Okay.
No, not at all.
So apparently now we're back in town, and we have Shane stopping by Annabelle's bar.
And I get what you're saying. At this point, I don't know if you really need this in the story. But as far as, quarterback wooing cheerleader stories go, it's not awful.
It felt very some kind of wonderful, very pretty in pink, like that director, the stuff that he had been used to.
I was thinking he gets there First of all, she invites him, right? Come have a beer.
Yep.
Well, she's closing and she kicks everyone out and just keeps him in.
Yes. And she invites him for this beer. He comes, she gives him not even like a full beer, but like a half a beer. He takes like 2 drinks. They share some googly eyes, and then he leaves.
But he does that cliche rom-com thing of he leaves, he thinks about it, and then he turns in and goes in for the kiss.
We get another needle drop. I can't remember what it was at this particular instance, but there's a needle drop because it's very faint.
Every breath you take.
Yes. And yes, because I was thinking, wow, that's a really creepy, stalkery song to be playing in this moment.
Should have been Roxanne.
Yeah, there you go. Wait, are you implying that she was a street worker?
You take it as you wish.
Well, you're the one that said it.
She came from Melrose Place.
Is that where she's from?
Yeah, I guess she'd done some Melrose Place.
She didn't do much after this, though.
She's been in a lot of TV, I guess.
Yeah, she does a lot of TV.
Oh, yeah. I remember her from this, and that's about it.
So now we are on to the game day. And this is the whole bit where Franklin cannot keep the ball in his hands.
This part cracked me up when the amount of glue because that's illegal in football, right?
Yes.
The fact that he's walking out and it's just dripping off his hands, he's stuck to everything. Nobody even notices. The refs don't even pay attention.
Oh, I know. And it was another sports cliche, the guy who can't catch the ball, right? I mean, his hands are dripping and he's holding on to the ball.
Did you know about the deleted scene?
No.
In this movie, every time we see Franklin, he's pretty much carrying a football. That is because I guess in a deleted scene, Jimmy told him to never drop the ball, to always, basically a receiver always holds the ball, always has the ball. So throughout the movie, he's seen carrying the ball because he's afraid to put it down.
You ever see The Program? Do you remember that movie? Mm-hmm. James Caan.
Oh, yeah.
Halle Berry, Omar Epps.
Yeah.
Same bit. Omar Epps is a running back who fumbles. And so James Caan, the coach, gives him the ball. And he tells the players throughout the college day to try to get it out. And they're in class and someone strips it and it falls on all the students to go after the ball. That's what that reminded me of. Yeah.
So anyway, they put all the glue on his hands. Like I said, that was just crazy.
Well, how about the fact that the referee has to pull the football off of his hand and the referee does nothing?
Yeah, you would have thought, right?
Maybe they were replacement referees.
But you know what? Any game or any sports movie that does not respect the timeout rule, I've given up all hope for.
So another point off the game.
Well, it's the original point, but it's still off.
I thought there was the minus point for the Broncos.
Dude, I'll get there.
Okay.
I'll get there, buddy.
So they end up winning the game. Yay, them. But then Jimmy, he's called into the owner's office, and we find out that Mantell has crossed the picket line, and he's back on the team now.
And not only Martell, but the entire Dallas team, the defending champs, the big boys.
They're going to be playing.
So the replacements are going to be playing against Dallas.
Against the quote-unquote real football team, yes. And defending champs. You got to show them respect. They were the defending champs. And so Jimmy's like, well, I don't fucking care. I don't want Martell.
He doesn't have heart.
We had a fucking deal, bud.
And it was put in writing.
And what's his name? The owner's like, well, I own the team. And so now Jimmy's stuck between a rock and a hard place, right? You have the prima donna, apparently the best quarterback in the league at the time, although he doesn't play like it. What's his name? Falco.
I was actually surprised that Jimmy folded. I thought Jimmy would have basically said, then I quit.
Yeah, well, I mean, it's got to be a hard place to be in.
But come on, man, you're the coach. You got to look at the logistics of things.
And that's kind of where I'm at with it because, I mean, if they win this game, they're going to the playoffs. So I think you put the need of the team, and on paper, Martell should have been fine.
I got the impression from Jimmy that Jimmy figured they aren't going to win with Martell. Like he knew going into it that, he didn't have heart, that he wasn't going to bond with the team like Falco. There wasn't going to be that team unity, and that's what the team needed. He going into it, he knew it was going to be a lose. They're going to be a loss.
Well, that's a good point. I don't know why he does it.
Yeah,
Which goes back to my original question. Was Gene Hackman even a good coach?
that's a curious question because I hadn't thought about that before.
Yeah, because he stood up before and got fired over it and was ready to be fired again, pretty much, is what he had said earlier.
Yeah, well.
And then we have this little moment between Martell and Shane. They chat in the locker room. And, God, Martell, he just oozes douchery in his comments.
And Falco just, keeps his cool.
Yep.
And he leaves. And he goes to the bar. And I like how he's talking to Gruff, the kicker. And he's all, yeah, now's not the time, but I, got some bad news. And Gruff's like, turn off the music. Shane's got something to say. So now is the time, right? And so they toast to Shane. He tells him, I won't be back. You got Martell.
He's very gracious.
And
Absolutely.
and we see that Martell got into his head because he doesn't show up for his date.
Yeah, he has his own little pity party.
Yes.
And
Yes.
Which you think is, you get the bad news, you want to run to the girl. No, he runs away from the girl.
Yeah. Well, I mean, athletes do crazy things sometimes. What are you going to do? The Dallas game begins disastrously. Martell clashes with the replacements, ignoring play calls, blames teammates for his mistakes, and leads the Sentinels to a humiliating 17-0 halftime deficit. As McGinty speaks to a sideline reporter, he famously states that what the team needs is miles and miles of heart. Watching from home, Falco hears this and realizes it's his call to return. Falco rushes back to the stadium, McGinty benches Martell, and the team physically throws him out of the locker room. Reunited, the replacements rally behind Falco. He reconnects with Annabelle, apologizing and reaffirming their bond. Knowing the strike officially ends the next day and that this is their final moment together, McGinty urges the team to leave everything on the field. The Sentinels storm back, narrowing the score to 17-14. With seconds left, Falco calls a bold final play, throwing deep to Brian Murphy, the deaf tight end. Murphy makes the catch for the game-winning touchdown as time expires. The Sentinels win 2017, earning a playoff berth. As the replacements celebrate on the field, I will survive. McGinty reflects that while they return to their lives, they leave with something greater, the satisfaction of seizing a second chance and proving they belonged. Roll credits. So here it is, right? Game day. And Falco's not playing. And I'm telling you what, this is where the movie completely fell off the fucking wagon for me.
How much of Waterboy was this movie? The fact that, Falco lives 5 minutes from the stadium or something. How did he get there so quick?
Yeah, no, that's one of the things. Drove me nuts.
But you knew that with Martell, it's going to be disastrous first half, and then it's always like you said, the football cliche or the sports movie cliche. They always have to win it in the second half.
Yeah. And
why did he suck so bad in the first place?
I mean, this guy's supposed to be the best quarterback in the league. He's won 2 Super Bowls, right? Now, granted, he probably only has been to 1 practice, and, he's been on strike, drinking, not keeping in shape. I can understand him being off a little bit, but it felt like he was purposely trying to tank this.
Well, I got the impression, especially early on from him, is again, we said it's all about the money. He gets paid whether the team wins or loses. He's going to get $5 million either way. And from that first play, the first game that we saw in the beginning of the movie, he doesn't want to get injured. He doesn't want to overdo it. So he doesn't care if they win this game or not.
Yeah, which is dumb because they win, they're in.
Yep. I started thinking, maybe because we keep seeing the gangsters, up in the stands, and I'm started to thinking, is he being paid to tank it? Because a couple of his throws are god awful.
Yeah.
Yeah, but the gangsters up in the stands are because of the kicker.
Yeah, that's what I thought, but I started thinking because he was looking so awful on his plays that maybe, I don't know.
Yeah, absolutely.
Speaking of the gangsters, was it that they had basically told Gruff to throw the game, and that's why Gruff apologized?
I think so. That's why he can't kick that field goal later on in the game. And Falco,
We finally hear it.
Falco saves him. But he's being blackmailed or something for sure.
And so that's when Keanu has to run the ball in himself.
Well, let's go back to the locker room moment. Do you find it satisfying when he shows up in the locker room?
No, because there is no way during a halftime in a game does a guy make it from his fucking boathouse, suit up, get into the fuck. Where did he suit up? Don't you suit up in the locker room? Weren't they in the fucking locker room? No, drove me up the fucking wall.
Here's my question. It's a full stadium. He does not have his credentials anymore to park in the players' parking lot. Where did he park his truck and to get to the game?
Dude, you're just piling it on, bud. I'm with you. Yeah, no, I didn't like it. Did it make you cry, bud?
No, it didn't make me cry, but I will say that I found it very convenient that he was able to get in like that.
No, if you had to play the game, who did it better? I think it is. Remember when Bobby Boucher came at halftime and the Bourbons won the Bourbon Bowl or whatever he says, the Water Boy?
Yeah.
I think that moment's better. But
I was wondering when I saw this if they, Adam Sandler had gotten it from this movie.
I can't remember when each of them came out. Water Boy came out in 98, I think.
Oh, did it?
I think. But there's so many sports cliches.
Is Waterboy in the helmet?
I don't know. Listeners, please and thank you.
I don't think it is. So he comes out onto the field, everybody's and he goes right up to the cheerleader and he kisses her in front of everybody on the Jumbotron.
Do we not have a clock? How much time is left? Have you briefed your offense? You're going out there against the number ones of the defending Super Bowl champs and you're out there kissing the fucking cheerleader?
Well, even what Ken said earlier about that's a big no-no. Madden and them basically say, you're not supposed to be doing that.
Oh, God bless Madden and Summerall.
But as they say, what are they going to do? Fire him?
Yeah, absolutely. So after he's done making kissy face with the fucking
she
cheerleader,
forgives him pretty quick. So she must have really had the jimmies for him.
Well, he is Keanu, bud.
Yeah.
I would have forgiven him too. So, here we go.
And the team takes off and they start kicking ass.
Because naturally they're going to win this. Right?
Yep.
This isn't one of those deep sports movies where they make you watch your heroes lose.
They did get me, though, when Keanu runs the ball in and does a little flip over into the end zone and makes the touchdown and they call it back. I thought the game was over at that point. I thought, okay, that's the big win. Now they have to redo it.
Yeah, of course. They had to throw the flag. There has to be that drama.
Mm-hmm. But this is where we also revisit a line from earlier on when Jimmy basically says that
what do you want to do?
Well, winners want the ball.
Well, no, yeah, and he asks Keanu, "What do you want?" And Keanu says, "I want the ball." And that and
he makes the comment of course, winners do.
Yeah, and so he goes back out there. I don't even remember what the fucking play is because I'm so pissed off that the non-respect for the timeout in this fucking movie is driving me up the wall.
One thing I did notice about this movie, though, is Martell, I think was during the bar scene, was really getting in the deaf guy's face and how he shouldn't even be playing and blah, blah, blah. And they kind of had run this, storyline about this deaf player. And even the assistant coach was thinking, should we even have this guy on the team? Why do we have him on the team? Yet he's the one who catches the winning field goal or winning pass.
Right. So they get the flag called, and what's his name?
Murphy?
Who? Yeah, Murphy's the tight end. They do the long pass. He catches it. Touchdown.
Breaks his leg.
We win.
Oh.
Everything's great.
What'd you think about the religious guy breaking his leg earlier on? But he got the touchdown.
Oh, yes. He did fulfill his one wish, which I thought was nice. But, you had to have your running back go down because in every sports movie, the running back goes down.
I thought it was interesting because it was a callback to earlier when they said the reason why he never went professional is because he blew out his knee. And now he's broken his leg again. He's blown out his knee for the second time.
Yeah, but he got to score.
Yeah.
And that's all he really wanted.
Mm-hmm.
Well, don't we all just want to score?
Yeah. I think so. And then, they win, and,
More smooching.
and the Jimmy voiceover pretty much says, you guys did something good. Cherish it. Good job.
All I kept thinking was, they had their second chance and everything, and now they get to go back to their shitty lives.
Yeah, that would fucking suck.
Yeah, because I understand that the whole movie was supposed to be about reliving, your glory days and all of that, and being able to do it one more time. But I kept thinking it was just depressing, thinking that does that one guy go back to jail? Does the other two go back to working for the rock star? The other guy work at the convenience store. Just kind of depressing.
Yeah, well, I don't know if they want you to actually think about that after the end.
Well, I wanted to kind of hope, and of course they didn't tell us what happened to any of the guys, but I wanted to hope that some of them may have shown some skill out there and maybe they got drafted or.
I'm going to say yes. Yes, that happened.
There was talk of a sequel to this, so I wonder what the sequel would have been.
The Replacements Part 2.
Yeah.
The Second Strike.
Or The Empire Strikes Back.
Yeah. That's already been used.
The NFL Strikes Back.
No, because they didn't use the fucking NFL, which drived me up a fucking wall.
Well, wait to hear about the timeouts.
But wait. What I did like, however, is it did end with "We Could Be Heroes" by David Bowie.
Mm-hmm.
I think that might be my favorite needle drop on this soundtrack.
It was appropriate.
Yeah, I think it was.
I would agree.
And that was The Replacements. All right, what do you guys think? You guys are ready to rate this flick?
I'm ready to rate this flick. How about you, John? Are you ready to rate this flick?
I'm ready. Put me in, coach. And even if Don tears my review apart, pain heals and chicks dig scars.
Hey, Professor, how do we do our ratings?
We do our ratings on a scale of 1 to 5 fucks. 5 fucks is a movie that we think is cinematic gold. A 1 fuck movie is where you get done watching. I'm never watching that again.
And what's a 0?
A 0 fuck movies, you get done watching, you turn to your buddy and you're like, oh, for shit's sake, what the hell? Why would you make me watch? I want 1 hour and 58 minutes of my life back.
Or in other words, we just don't give a fuck. Who would like to kick us off in the year 2026?
I'll go.
All right, I fucking love it. Hit us.
The Replacements is a fun watch. Keanu Reeves playing Keanu Reeves oh so eloquently. He is a very likable character in this. And the rom-com side bit story, it's okay. It's, it's not necessary, but, it's formulaic, if you will. I like the fact that there was so much football played in this. And I believed Keanu out there on the field being a football player. I thought that the Gene Hackman role was good. Gene Hackman is a really dependable actor, and I don't think that his writing for his character was anything stellar. But I liked him as the coach, and I have to say, since Don ended up saying, "Is he a good coach?" I've been thinking about that a lot during the pod since you said that, because it's like, yeah, what did he really do? I guess maybe his fear talk. That fear talk was meaningful. And I think that, the other side characters, they were fun. And having the movie have a definite timeline where it's just 4 games, I like that. Because then I felt like that there's a beginning, middle, and an end to the story arc. The needle drops were plentiful and fun, and it's like, yeah, totally, absolutely. The movie is just under 2 hours. And even though it was 2 hours long, it didn't necessarily feel like a 2-hour movie, because I think that it moves along in a lighthearted fashion, that it's not going to be wearing you down, because there's not necessarily a whole bunch of, gritty storytelling. Having the story arc of Shane and his best days of football being able to touch upon again, I found it was rewarding. And I think that outside of, the inconsistencies that drove Don up a tree with all of the inconsistencies that it's not following, I didn't mind it nearly as much, and so it didn't bother me or take me out of the movie. I find this to be a 3.5 fuck movie.
3.5 fucks from the professor. You or me there, guy?
I can go next.
All right, buddy.
But so we're starting over, brand new year. You want to guess my rating?
You were going to give the replacements 3 fucks.
Is that going to be your final answer starting off the year?
Yes.
Okay. The replacement.
Wait. 2.75.
Final answer?
Final answer.
The Replacements is one of those rare sports movies that actually made me want to root for the team. Keanu Reeves is a little flat for most of it, but that's kind of his thing, a quiet intensity that eventually builds to a big payoff. The whole movie has a strong Major League Bad News Bears vibes, which works. Gene Hackman is an absolute pleasure, especially in coach mode, and the dialogue is surprisingly inspiring. My main issues are a romance that feels unnecessary and wanting more of a positive closure for these characters that we grew to care about. I'm not big on sports movies, but I enjoyed this one, and if it's on, I'll watch it again. It's for those reasons I'm giving The Replacements 3.5 out of 5 fucks.
3.5 fucks from the comic book. Wait, 3.5 fucks?
3.5 fucks.
Wow.
This is actually of the sports movies we have watched besides Dodgeball. So I like this one.
Well, good for you, buddy.
Who knew?
I'm happy for you. All right, I'll go next. The Replacements was one sports cliche after another. You've heard me rant all night long about the inconsistencies, the blatant disrespect to the timeout. So the movie was fun. It was nice to see Keanu not wielding a gun or jumping off something and just getting back to Keanu. And I thought he was an absolute delight. Overall, the needle drops were fun, kept us moving along. I felt like Gene Hackman did a great job, although I don't know if he was a great coach, so it's one of those unanswerable questions. The rest of the cast of characters were cast of characters before they became who they ultimately would become, so it was nice to see him in that. Overall, I didn't hate it. I didn't fucking love it, thanks to their disrespect of the timeout. But it's for those reasons I'm giving The Replacements 3 fucks. With 3.5 fucks from the comic book guy and the professor, and 3 fucks from yours truly, that gives The Replacements an average of 3.3 fucks, which now puts it in the 21st spot with Mallrats, Demolition Man, The Other Guy, Scarface, The Greatest Showman, Big, Airplane, Superbad, and Donnie Brasco. It is slightly better than Once Upon a Time in Mexico, Chef, Roadhouse, Dr. Sleep, Grosse Point Blank, Grandma's Boy, Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness, RoboCop, Krampus, and The Campaign. And it is slightly worse than Whiplash, Sicario, Barbarian, It's Chapter 1 and 2, Tremors, National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation, Tango and Cash, Summer School, and Ocean's 12.
Can I leave you guys with one more thing about this movie?
Go.
If you think about it, Martell, who was a complete ass throughout the whole movie, got kicked out of the locker room in the end of the movie, almost lost them the game, still went on to get his 3rd Super Bowl ring.
We don't know if that Washington team won the Super Bowl. Thank you very fuck off, little Mitch. So, yeah, I don't want to think about that.
Okay.
It's not the NFL.
That's right. It's not the NFL. They weren't the Washington team at the time that went on to beat the Denver Broncos. Why do you get me fired up?
Is it the XFL?
I don't know what FL it was, but it wasn't my FL. Ooh, I like that. All right, that is going to wrap it up for this episode of Three Guys in a Flick. If you would like to know which movie we're going to be reviewing next, please check out the website. Speaking of which, hey, John, where can they find us?
They can find us at 3guysinaflick.com, where we post our show notes, all of our podcasts are available, and there's a form there you can submit a movie to go into the Bronco helmet to have us review. You can also find us at all of social media, where on Tuesdays, I've been posting what movie we are releasing on that following Thursday. And you can find us at any place that hosts podcasts. In fact, while you're listening to us, make sure to subscribe, leave us, a like, a 5-star would be terrific. And you can leave a comment with a movie you would like us to review.
And speaking of comments, John, do we have a comment kicking off the new year?
Yes, we got a comment from Mark C., who has requested the movie Hiding Out. I've never heard of that one. Is that a good movie?
With John Cryer?
Yeah.
Yeah, I've seen it.
The comment that he left is, guys, I've been following you since June and have listened to about 100 of your shows. In the last year of your episodes, there has been a calm but fun-loving banter between the three of you that is so enjoyable to listen to. And I'm also curious if the professor is the one singing the intro song. Well, Mark, I want to let you know a fact about our intro song. Yes, that is the professor singing our song. He continues on to say, the reason for suggesting Hiding Out is it's one of my favorite, non-famous, not known, offbeat movies. Everybody recommends the money makers and the famous ones, but as far as the 80s unknown films, this movie is fun. Plus, I would love to hear the three of you comment on how Wikipedia describes this as a romantic thriller comedy drama film, and how problematic you see this.
Well, thank you, Mark C., for the comment. We certainly appreciate it and consider Hiding Out in the Broncos helmet. I also want to thank Jason W. for throwing the replacements in the Broncos helmet. We had a lot of fun recording it. We hope you have a lot of fun listening to it. And, of course, I want to thank anybody who listens and who has suggested a movie. If you keep listening, we'll keep recording. For Three Guys in a Flick, I'm Don.
I'm John.
And I'm Ken. Thanks for listening. And gentlemen, it's been an honor to share the field of battle with you.
Three guys with some mics, yeah, dive into the flicks. We're here for the real talk, no time for the tricks. Don as the captain, steering us right. Kid drops now is shedding light. John with the comics, bringing the hype. From the good, the bad, to the absurd, we break it down, make sure you heard. Passion for the screen, we ride or die about movies. You know we always give a fuck, no lie.
I know you're tired. I know you're hurting. Why do you drop your head?
I thought it was good.
I mean, if you close your eyes, you can almost see a young Keanu Reeves, right? Do it with me. Close your eyes. You know, and the dropping of the head and utter disappointment makes for good stinger stuff.
I thought it was more contempt he was giving you.
No. It was disappointment all the way. I know his looks.
I did make a comeback at the end, I think, though.
Oh, yeah. No, dude. Like I said, you were a formidable adversary. Absolutely.
I'm surprised you said that with a straight face.
Whenever we have a sports movie about a professional sports, if it's not the NFL, NHL, MLB, NBA, I kind of lose a little bit. Is that just me?
I guess.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I don't
There you
watch
go.
sports movies.
Yeah, I feel like I'm talking to the wrong guy about that. I had to fucking look away when they all start puking in the puddle.
The puddle?
When they all start puking in the huddle. McGinty reflects that while they return to anonymity,
Don't make me try to say that.
McGinty reflects that while they return to anonymity, McGinty reflects that while they return to anonymity, word. All right, so clearly you have three.
I do.
I sadly have not come prepared.
I didn't think about it until 2 minutes ago.
Well, no one expects you to think about it.
This is how we're going to start the year off.
I know, and I feel like I'm letting him down.
That's
all right,
a disappointment.
Give me a second. Give me a second.
Do you need a
Replacements.
timeout? Would you like me to start while you think?
Yes, go.
The rear assments.
Oh, that's not bad.
The rear-miasmen. And the rear endowments.
The rear endowments. Interesting. I have the replacement hookers. No, that's terrible.
Could you be the replace penis?
The repussments. Now I'm just grasping at straws here. This isn't even right.
I expect you to come prepared next week.
I will try and come prepared next week. What about you? Are you going to come prepared next week?
Anything else for the greater good?
The greater good.
Jesus.
I know.
wasn't
We
looking
took
at
a
the-
year off. We haven't said that in a year. And the moment we do, this guy's not even fit. I'm doing something too, but I fucking got it.
And may all your days and nights be filled with happiness. All right, fuck off. Good night.
We hit the sky, so tune in, 'cause the grill, catch the vibe. As three guys in a flick, keep the passion alive. Podcast.